The invoice in your hand has Marcus's signature at the bottom, but it's not from your company. It's addressed to your biggest client, offering the exact same services you provide at 20% less from a business called Apex Solutions operating in Suite 701, directly above your office in Suite 601. You sit frozen at your desk at 9 p.m., the building empty and silent. You came back to grab files for tomorrow's presentation and found these papers mixed with the mail that was accidentally delivered to your suite. Let's rewind 6 weeks. You and Marcus started this consulting firm 3 years ago, splitting everything 50-50. Clients, profits, decisions, trust. Marcus always took Thursday afternoons off, said he was visiting his mother upstate. You never questioned it because he worked late other nights and brought in solid clients. 3 weeks ago, a client mentioned in passing that they'd received 2 proposals for the same project. You laughed it off, assuming it was a different firm with a similar name. But then 2 more clients said the same thing. Always a company called Apex Solutions, always undercutting your price slightly, always pitching on Thursdays when Marcus was conveniently absent. You checked the building directory in the lobby, Suite 701, 8th floor, Apex Solutions, LLC, established 6 months ago. The business registry listed one owner, Marcus Chen. Your partner's full name. That's when your shock turned to strategy. You could have confronted him immediately, but you're smarter than that. You started documenting everything. You installed legitimate business security software that tracked file access. Marcus had been copying your client database every Thursday morning before leaving. You quietly consulted a lawyer. Turned out your partnership agreement had an ironclad non-compete clause and a provision for immediate buyout if either partner started a competing business. Here's where it gets interesting. Instead of shutting Marcus down, you started feeding him bad information. You created fake client leads in your shared database, companies with impossible demands, terrible payment histories, projects that would never materialize. Marcus took the bait every time. While he wasted his Thursdays chasing ghosts, you locked down your real clients with long-term contracts at competitive rates, personally guaranteeing your continued involvement. For 4 weeks, you played the perfect unsuspecting partner. You asked about his mother, smiled at his lies, and built your case brick by brick. Then you received that misdelivered invoice, the final piece of evidence you needed. You scheduled a meeting for the next morning with your lawyer present. Marcus walked in smiling, coffee in hand, completely unaware. The smile died when he saw your lawyer and the stack of documented evidence. You didn't yell. You calmly presented 40 pages of proof, file logs, client testimonies, business registrations, the partnership agreement he'd violated. Under the buyout clause, Marcus had 72 hours to sell you his half of the legitimate business at assessed value minus damages, or face a lawsuit that would bankrupt both his companies. He sold. You paid fair market value minus exactly what he'd stolen in redirected revenue. Your forensic accountant's numbers were irrefutable. Apex Solutions collapsed within 2 months. Turned out those fake leads had cost him real money in proposal development, and without your client relationships, he had nothing sustainable. Your firm expanded into Suite 701 6 months later. Now, when you take meetings in that space, you remember that the best revenge isn't emotional, it's earned. Marcus sends connection requests on professional networks sometimes. You never respond. Would you have handled it differently, or is patience always the better weapon?